Hello everyone, Danny here from Metal Couch, bringing you an album review, a fairly recent release here, and I would like to thank my pal Naked Cups for pointing this band out to me, because frankly I never would have found him without him. So he's really good about that, finding stuff out into the cesspool of nothing, and pulling out something. Man's a fucking magician. Anyway, he pulled out a band called Metalian. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I am. With their release Rock Solid. This was released on December 13th, 2011. Metalian is a Canadian band, from my understanding, and this is one of their more fairly recent released pieces of material. This is a full length, which clocks in at about just shy of a half an hour. And when looking at this runtime, I initially thought, this is either going to be really, really, really fast stuff, or it's going to be absent of a good deal of material. Thankfully, this full length is a kind of like a combination of what I would find in Diamond Head or Judas Priest. It's definitely got a new wave of British heavy metal feel to it, almost like Diamond Head or Angel Witch. Angel Witch is probably a better comparison. Track listing, you have Conquest, Alone Again, Sonic Attack, Wasteland, Soldiers of the Dawn, and Motor Maniac. The longest track on this album is 6 minutes 34 seconds, and that's the opening track. And both of the long tracks on here, the ones that I put long in quotation marks because they're over 5 minutes, there's two 6-minute tracks on here, and I find that the two 6-minute tracks aren't really boring. I think they could have really benefited from being shorter. I'm speaking, of course, of Conquest and Alone Again. However, once you start getting into the more 4-minute range stuff, the rest of the with the rest of the full length, you really get into some really decent material in here. This is a very good listen if you're a big fan of bands that sound like the new wave of British heavy metal or other forms of classic metal. And I would have to say that some of the highlights off of this album is Soldiers of the Dawn and Motor Maniac. The closer of this album is like a full-out speed fest. Opens up with a nice solo, ends with a lot of feedback, and I just can't help but think that this is so mediocre, though. I mean, I feel like I've heard this all before. They don't really break any new ground. I mean, I've never listened to any of their past releases before this one, but I just feel like that this is a pretty mediocre release, and for me, it's going to get a 6 out of 10. Yeah, sure, there's a couple of tracks on here that are worth listening to. Again, I recommend Soldiers of the Dawn and Motor Maniac. I think those are two tracks that my subscribers should check out. So I'm going to give Metalian's Rock Solid a 6 out of 10. Slightly above average. So, better luck next time, I guess. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing off.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, Goku loses his shit. Piccolo stands around for just a little while longer. Gohan continues to ball. Yamcha, Tien, Puar, and Chaozu continue to be cannon fodder. Vegeta is still a dick. Will Goku lose his shit for the last time? Will Gohan ball a little bit longer? Will Piccolo do anything at all? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.